think you
Yeah.
guys should think about
One of
maybe,
my,
maybe not
I
this
do
year,
like
maybe not next
some of
year,
those breakfast things.
but
I've
think
done
about
some-
doing a trip
One of
to
the
Seattle,
rings that always
maybe around
is
April,
my,
so you can come for
It's
Madam's
just
birthday
Oh.
in Seattle. I think that'd be kind of nice. You guys could visit Seattle, we could all hang out, we all do some fun stuff together, you know, all the other gay people.
See the rats?
See the rats. I mean, you get to see the biggest, cutest, rat in all of Seattle already comes to visit you,
Yeah.
so. You
This
can-
is live, it's already going.
Oh.
FYI.
Yeah. Cute. Sorry.
Oh, we are past 3:30 after all, you're right.
We are at 3:30. Hello! 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 Listen, first of all, hello. Thank you for being here, our stalwart friends, our chums, our beautiful beings who are ready to be here for the last thing for us at your beautiful CONpossible 2025. I'm so thrilled to be with all of you. Thank you for enduring the heat, the sleet, the terrors, the turmoils, to be here with us for our championship tea compliment dueling. This, yes, I'm going. I was getting there. It's getting there. We have tea. Isn't that nice?
That's very nice. Right, I'm putting you in the chair.
Thanks for putting me in the chair.
I'm taking this over.
All right. Oh, taking it away. All right. It's behind me. Excellent. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent. Good. Grand Arbiter, please pass me the tea.
It's moving, it's taking its time. It really doesn't want to start without the folks being here to have a great time, so we're just giving it a little moment.
We've got some lovely people here, Grand Arbiter.
Yes, we want everyone to get comfortable in their seats.
Some cozy, commodious seatage, all of that.
Yeah.
Grand Arbiter, would you like to share a little bit about the art and sports of compliment dueling?
The tea is taking its time because it's on no one else's time, it's on tea time.
That's correct. We're on tea time.
This needs to be in my hand.
Would you like me to tell you about the virtues of tea again?
No, we're good, thanks. I feel like Madam Askew's 30-slide, 40-page dissertation on the value of tea is sufficient. It includes diagrams watching the price of tea rise and fall with empires.
But no one can sell us on the joy of tea like one Jason Bush, who was a true champion of the Sell Me On It game on Friday night.
No,
Saturday
it's
night.
Saturday night. What day is it?
It's Sunday. It's
Okay.
a day of rest,
Is
which
it?
we never get.
Oh, does that mean this is it for us?
Yeah, we're gonna die after this. This is it. After this, we cease to be. We become sea foam.
Day of rest.
Pull a good old Little Mermaid.
A little last unicorn moment. We're gonna like go out, run away from the bull, and become part of the ocean with other endangered creatures. The tide.
The deep blue yonder.
The abyss.
The fathoms below.
What was your unicorn's name?
Star.
No, it's Eugene.
No, oh!
Eugene, the useless unicorn.
That's right, yes.
He currently can't join us because he has.
Eustace.
Eustace is useless as
That's
it
correct.
is, and he is quite put out at this current juncture. He did not file his proper unicorn taxes, and now he's being audited. His horn is being confiscated as we speak.
They claim he had too much horn. It was, in fact, too shiny for this world, and he needs to pay more shine tax.
Yes, he didn't report the shine of his unicorn properly on his tax forms.
Too much sparkle.
But yes, compliment dueling. What brings us here today? Compliments are what make the world go round, smoothing over hardships and connecting people to those you don't know.
Indeed.
A compliment can get you across the pond across the galaxy and across the heart.
Oh.
In compliment dueling, your competitors will meet on the field of compliments, as we have set before you, and you and a second will join together in holy secondary. Yes, it's a dark magical art called secondary.
It's a dark pact.
Yes, to join together to do battle of compliments. During this battle, you will exchange compliment blows with one another, your opponent. At any point, if you become overcome by emotion, you can call on your second to save you, but the once.
Only once. You may turn to your second, they may throw themselves into the breach to deliver a compliment on your behalf. Now, this is a formal battle of compliments, which means we have a warm-up and introduction phase. So when you are called into the field, you will introduce yourself with your name and your pronouns. We are not psychics. You must tell us this information so that we may compliment you appropriately.
Well, we're sometimes psychic, but it's very rude to be psychic and just say things out loud. As we can learn from Jean Grey telling everyone that Iceman's gay.
Listen, Jean, we need to have a conference. And we're also only psychic with tea leaves. We commune with the leaves and then we say that out loud upon request. Now, once you've introduced yourself with a name of your choosing, you can have a pseudonym for the purpose of compliments if you choose. You may have any title you wish, your pronouns. You also deliver one interesting detail about yourself. And look, no one walks away with grades here. We're all going to walk away with happy hearts and good vibes. But I implore you, I am begging, I'm asking you with all of my auntie powers, please make it an interesting tidbit about yourself. Do not be withholding. This person is going to tell you nice things about you. Please give them something to work with. Okay? All right.
Over the 3 minutes, you will compete against one another to lob compliments back and forth. There are several foibles that you may fall prey to, but we will not make you aware of those foibles at the time of the foible. We will be recording with our hands, I guess.
With the power of our minds.
The psychic power of head math. Definitely a thing that you and I are known for, being able to do math in our heads.
We're all puppets.
Yes, truly. So, you will lob compliments back and forth for a total of 3 minutes, unless you become overcome. If you become overcome, and you call your second, and you become overcome again, you have been defeated in compliment dueling, and your opponent is allowed to offer a, and I always say this wrong,
A coup de grace.
it's coup de grace, not coup de grace, because coup de grace is fat, right?
No, coup de grace is just a very English way of saying de grace.
There's a way you can pronounce it where it's the word fat instead.
Yes,
That's gross.
coup de grace.
Yes.
Or coup de grosse.
Yes.
If you want to be feminine versus masculine, but we don't want to have a French conversation about this currently.
I mean, we could, but we're not going
We're
to.
not going to.
So, you will then offer the coup de grace as your grace.
You're fine and perfect. You offer your final compliment to relieve your opponent of their misery so they may go forth, head held high, to their seat with a happy heart, knowing that they are in fact too glorious for this world and have nothing left to say but thank you. There are a few foibles we wish to make you aware of. Please do not repeat yourselves or copy your opponent. In other words, you may not deliver exactly the same compliment that you received to your opponent. You must at least riff on it, change it, make it your own. Secondly, you may not repeat words in your compliment, which is to say, Function words like verbs, to be, to have,
Very,
to do.
very.
That's fine. But very, very, most, wonderful, wonderful, none of that. Try and be unique throughout your compliment. Also, don't
We
make
need
up
not your superfluous vocabulary.
No, gotta make every word count. Also, do not make up words. I am multilingual. I will be able to tell. If you can get it past me, then it's fine. All right? Okay, but the likelihood very low. Also, no backhanded compliments. No insults masquerading as compliments. This is not a reading duel. This is also not an after hours duel.
This is not a library, it's a community center.
That is you must speak in the same language as your opponent. So whilst we allow multilingual compliment dueling, provided the judges speak the same language you are dueling in, for the purposes of this duel, please check in with me and your opponent to make certain we all speak the same language. Generally, English is what we use, as that is the lingua franca. As it were. We're not going to get into that joke, it was just for me. No blue language. And if you're interested in marriage proposals, you had to submit those forms 5 weeks ago and get it through our approval process.
A strict and rigorous process in which I have a very large rubber stamp that says no.
Finally, your compliment should be one sentence at a time. Do we have a Canadian? Are there Canadians here?
I think we're safe.
All right, good. Because we'd have to have a talk with you. One sentence. You get to give one sentence, not a paragraph, not a dissertation, not a soliloquy. A sentence, all right?
Is a run-on sentence allowed?
I'm not going to check your grammar, though. No. It's fine. It's fine. No, as long as there's a comma or a semicolon in there, only I can tell, it's fine.
But if it spirals out of control, then you've lost control of the vehicle.
That's right. And also, you can have a dramatic pause for emphasis. But if it is a William Shatner, if you can drive an enterprise.
We want unfertile pauses.
Unfertile pauses.
Yes.
Not pregnant ones. That was great.
Yes.
That's new bit.
We want pauses that are on birth control, which should be free and easily accessible.
We are the family planning of pauses. So please control your pauses. Make them count. Finally, if you're
Stay in your pauses. Just like the Price is Right.
okay, that was great. I loved it. We gotta keep that one. Also, finally, your compliments must actually make sense. So if you start out one place and you end up in another, and we don't understand how they're connected, and we're all staring at you confused, it's not a compliment. It's just a conundrum. So make your compliments make sense.
And make them count.
Make them count. Now, my final little tidbit for all of you. Self-deprecation is not in the spirit of the game.
And neither is not accepting the compliment.
That's
You
correct.
must accept the compliment. It has been given. There's no receipt. You can't return it to Bloomingdale's.
No. Do they exist anymore?
I mean, I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't go to department stores.
Me either.
I get things from the ether. I just pull them right out.
With your psychic powers.
Yes. Or I send you to the doom, to the workshop of doom to mill out another costume.
That's really what happens. Finally, most importantly, avoid the gratitude spiral. Do not spend your compliment time delivering an endless thank you for the delivery of a compliment to you. Effusive thanks is lovely, but for this game, a very pragmatic and efficient thanks is sufficient. Thank you for the nice compliment. Now I will return a compliment to you. is the vibe. Any questions?
Any interest?
Can we see an example?
Yes, you may see an example.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have to have a second?
You
You
do not.
You can have a second, or you can borrow Madam Askew or myself, or
You can be a freewheeling agent.
or if you've got agents in the field who are desperate to do seconding, I suspect there's some people maybe making a bunch of noise right now that might be interested in being seconds.
But also if you're like, no, I don't need a second. I'm a rogue complimenter. We're not going to stop you.
Like a lone wolf.
A lone wolf of compliments. No, girl, you can go second free if you wish.
Okay, we're gonna go second free.
We are going to deliver a demonstration of a compliment tool, unless someone else wishes to demonstrate, or do you want to compete? You want to compete, don't you?
Okay, so
All right, good.
we'll demonstrate.
All
And
right.
we're gonna do a 3-volley exchange, not a full 3-minute limit.
No.
So it's just gonna be a quick and easy,
Breezy.
easy breezy.
Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy.
Yes, quite indeed.
All right. My name is Madame Askew. She, her. And one thing you may not know about me is that I speak Turkish.
That is certainly information that I previously did not have. I am the Grand Arbiter. I'm he, him. And something interesting about me is that I have a deep love of Gail Carriger books.
Dun dun dun. Grand Arbiter, when I saw you from across the room, the shape of your jaw instills in me the knowledge that you are a stalwart individual bent on equity and justice in the community.
Well, Madam Askew, when I saw your beautiful frock, the first thing I noticed was, of course, all of your lovely buttons and pins that tell me exactly who you are and exactly what you stand for. And what I like the best is that you know exactly where you stand.
Thank you. Grand Arbiter, when you walk into a room, your commanding presence instills me with the energy and inspiration to continue with art.
Well, Madam Askew, when you grace yourself with, when you grace us with your presence, I am filled with warm light, knowing that not only will my heart be filled, but my empty mind that needs to be filled with new knowledge every moment.
Grand Arbiter, such a grand compliment has overcome me. I know not what to say, and I must admit defeat.
Madam Askew, thank you for your patience and understanding in this time. I understand that you are truly a rainbow of a person, seen only in small moments, but when seen, shakes the world to their core. You're not just one rainbow, you're a double rainbow.
Double rainbow. Thank you, Grand Arbiter.
Thank you. Very silly.
Do we have any last questions or comments? Yes.
Would the Grand Arbiter, referencing that his head is empty, be self-deprecating?
Oh.
No, because sometimes a head can be filled with knowledge that you don't yet have.
It's a fine line, but an excellent question. It did skirt right along the boundaries of self-deprecation, but was saved from the abyss.
I rule that in my own favor.
But beware, for the Grand Arbiter is a creature of milkery and may or may not find in your favor.
And in some instances can be a bit of a tyrant.
That's true, but we love him for it. All right, whomst amongst you shall be the first to engage in the field of compliments?
raise your hands high and let us know that you have deep interest in this activity, or I will cry tears unbeknownst to mankind.
Oh, Calamity,
Calamity.
please. And dear Jason, please,
Do you want a chair?
I think I can, well, no, I probably
It's
better have a
3
chair.
minutes.
3 minutes.
So you probably want a chair.
Oh, thank you, my dear.
a chair and these microphones.
No, it would be great.
They are cordless. Scoot in as close to that microphone as you can, my darling. Now, this is a very important bit of etiquette. We don't want you to actually eat the microphone, but please get quite close and do you notice the distance? Here. This is not good. Do you hear the quality of distance of the sound? This is what you want. Not this. This. All right. Close to the mouth. Perfect. Please take a fan. This is your signature weapon of the compliment duel. Used for fanning yourself from the flames of joy and also to motion to your second, Calamity.
Also to indicate that you have become fully overcome.
Indeed.
It's also useful against hot flashes.
Indeed. And also against the general ambiance of our room.
The current temperature of the planet Earth.
Calamity, do you wish a second to assist you?
I would enjoy a second, and I would love to ask my dearest Harry if she would be my second.
I'll be happy to help you, but with goodness.
Wonderful.
Please come and stand behind your complimentist. Second, do you understand the job before you?
Yes.
All right.
Mr. Jason, would you like a second?
I think I can hold my own.
All right.
A little bit shady, but understandable.
Very good. All right.
I have a
Calamity.
feeling that I'm going to be quite well complimented.
Jason.
Well
please.
served.
Please. Oh dear. It's going to be good. Please introduce yourselves, pronouns, and one interesting thing about yourselves.
Oh, I can see.
Thank you. I am Calamity Dawn, and my pronouns are she, her. And one thing you might not know about me is that I have ridden well over 100 different roller coasters.
That is a fascinating fact. You must have had a very fun time. My name is Jason, pronouns he, him, and I have a deep love for queer film.
Oh, that is most fascinating indeed.
Begin.
I too enjoy a good queer film. As a matter of fact, it comes to my mind that you would have been wonderfully cast in the lead role of Priscilla had Hugo Weaving not done it. You would have been perfect in that role.
Oh, thank you. I think I would have had a lovely time in that role. However, I feel I would have not done it the service because Hugo Weaving was very talented as an actor. Now, for you, my dear, I must say, it is always a pleasure to see you. Your smile is infectious.
Oh, why, thank you very much. But I do have to say that as bright as my smile is, your wit is even brighter.
Well, thank you. And I must compliment you on your lovely rainbow-colored spectacles. They frame your face beautifully.
Oh, why, thank you. I do have to say I was inspired by our very own Madame Askew. That being said, every time I have seen you, you appear more dapper than the last.
Well, thank you. I do put a lot of effort into it. And I have to say that for a person dealing with an injury, you have troopered through this convention with great spirit.
Almost a super trooper, I would admit, and I thank you for noticing that. But it would not be as easy to do so were it not for individuals like yourself who are always so willing to put themselves out and to volunteer and to help and assist, for it is an indication of your very kind nature.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I happen to see that you have a lovely pink dragon. Did you make this dragon yourself?
Oh no, I do not have quite that talent, which is not self-deprecation, it's
Well,
just a statement of fact.
I would say that it is a very lovely dragon. And if you chose it yourself, you have beautiful taste. And if somebody chose it for you, they know that you deserve good things.
Oh, thank you so much. I did actually choose this one myself. She is named after my great-grandmother, Rose. And I appreciate the fact that your keen eye was able to hone in on that little tidbit. It shows that you were observant.
And it is a great thing to honor your ancestors or your forebears with totemizing them in something you can hold and close to your heart, and it shows that you're a very compassionate and loving person.
Oh, thank you. I do try. But it takes one to know one. But seriously, I find that I would like to ask my second to come in for a moment, because I would love to hear what she has to say on the subject.
Final compliments.
Hello there. The Johnson hat, that's what I said, is only slightly well matched by the regalness of your walk.
Why, thank you. And I have to say, you must be a very nice person to be a second to such another nice person. And the friendship shines through.
Thank you very much. We will now deliberate.
A round of applause for our complimenters.
I feel very well complimented indeed. Warm and fuzzy.
Hide the shame! Hide the shame!
Could we borrow your big black pen?
Of course you can.
Thank you very much. Yes. We are going to hide the screen.
This is
There was a rule, no lewd.
Okay.
Okay.
We've determined it's a tie. So
This is a bigger honor than winning in this case.
yes.
Listen. Oh, no, please. Grand Arbiter. Go ahead. All right. Listen, you are both such skillful compliment duelists. There weren't any flummoxes or foibles, which is very challenging for us as judges. And so in its vibes, you did call upon your second, but really it's just because you were like, well, I'm having such a jolly time, and she's here. Right, you wanted to give her a chest, give her a compliment. It was all so absolutely pristine and beautiful. So what's going to happen is you two are tied, and we may throw you against other complimenters to see how they do. But you are progressing. So well played. The fans are yours to keep forever if you wish. Thank you very much for your kind
Ideally, it
compliments.
is for if you wish, so I don't have to repack them.
But you may also you may also give them as a gift. So thank you both. Calamity, well played. Dear Jason, well played.
Thank you very much.
So I know we have a bit of a shy audience today, but I do want to remind people that participation is not without reward.
That is correct.
We do have our lovely collection of fans,
We do.
and for either tied winners or the first and seconds of the winners of this little, let's call it a tourney, but really it's a duel of friendship.
It is a duel of friendship.
Will be issued this lovely medal. So if you're like, I want this medal, maybe lust for this medal, the desire for the medal is deep in your hearts, you will be, I have found strength. I have found strength of confidence. I will talk into the microphone, even for a little bit, just the chance that I might touch and fondle this delicious medal.
Grand Arbiter, it occurs to me that we actually have more gifties for people at our table, which is just outside the hall, through that door, that I forgot to bring in, which is on me. But they will be available. So we have bribes, essentially, for participation, is what we're saying.
So, is someone willing to participate, and I'm looking.
Oh.
See, Keith.
Keith, come forward, Keith. Oh, and you're wearing my favorite frock. Oh, I love this frock. You look fabulous.
Okay, you're staring me down. When I go up, I'm going to be bad and making up with my shortcomings of being either polite or silly.
Oh, come
You
on.
will have to
This
come.
is fun. Come forward.
Come on.
Come on. You are awesome.
Keith looked at me, came to this, and was like, I don't know, this sounds stupid, and I don't want this.
Oh, please.
Slander. You came here with a little jaundiced look in my eye, though, like, what is this? I don't know what this is. I'm concerned.
Well, I was a little confused.
Yes. But now you understand, and now you know it's super fun and the best, and why would you ever not do what I tell you to do? I've never steered you wrong historically.
You have never scared me wrong.
Historically, no.
Exactly.
I am going to slip out while you introduce yourselves to get the Luca bags. I'll be right back.
It's in the brown box.
I have a suspicion.
All right, excellent. Keith, my friends, please come to the table and collect your weapon of choice. My darling, please come select your weapon of choice. But your fan. I know you have a rapier. It's very nice. No swords at compliment dueling, or at least you can wear them, but you can't use them during compliment dueling. This is a blood-free sport. Blood-free. Okay? Okay, good? Oh, good? You, honestly, look, I am giving you a tiniest amount of grief, but that's because I know your game, and also you look very dapper today. I would not tease if I did not
if
admire.
someone's compliment makes the other person bleed, that might actually be a pretty impressive feat.
That's the heavy metal version of compliment dueling.
Dark version.
See, it gives him a nosebleed.
Oh my goodness, that's the anime version of compliment dueling. Do we have seconds?
Would you like to declare a second, just point in the audience and pick someone?
I mean, I didn't come up here with the strategies. I'm up here to be.
Vibes, no strategy, only compliments.
Can I choose someone who just entered the room?
If they are game, you may call upon them.
Yep, I will. Just entered the room and I'm like, yes.
I came up here expecting to lose.
Okay.
Tag team.
You're doing it. Remember, all you have to do is not do self-deprecation. You'll be fine. Just don't do it. Fight all of your ego, your instincts. Yes, fight your ego. Fight the inner ego.
Fight the inner emo. That sounds right, though.
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
Okay.
That's still awesome.
Okay. I have all of the. This is the last of it. This is our.
The final swag.
Did you call it for a second?
You may have a
Oh, no,
I'll see
no.
what happens.
Only 1 second is needed. Oh, she's not a fan.
I don't know what's happening. I just oh, here. Are we getting a fan? Oh,
You can have a fan.
Oh, did you just come here?
yeah. She just said.
It's way more formal than I'm gonna be.
Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Please select you're making it the second of yourself.
I mean,
He's an independent.
You may
there's other
also
voices.
you may also call upon either the Grand Arbiter or I to be your second.
I'm just gonna see what happens.
Okay, well, we'll just see what happens. Okay, are we ready to begin?
Second, do you have any idea what's happening?
We're complimenting each other?
That is correct. And if your primary calls upon you, you will step into the
And you will
ring.
offer one compliment to your opponent. Yes, that is it, when you are called upon.
All right, very good.
Without separate.
Now, please remember to introduce yourselves, share your pronouns, and one interesting thing about yourselves. And begin.
Begin.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Keith Berliner, and one interesting thing about me is that I like to do like physical sports like judo or jiu-jitsu. I like them; they're pretty fun. And my pronouns are she and her, by the way.
Thank you.
My name is Pseudomono ultramicroscopic siliconic coniosis.
You're too close to the microphone.
Also,
Okay, it's there.
Eric, thank you, Eric.
And my pronouns are silent letters.
Okay.
That
Artist formerly known as the
was a really difficult strategy.
It is a difficult strategy.
This is a game that does require focusing on your
Wait,
editor, though.
Did you say silence or silent prince? I'm not.
Silent letters was the joke.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But
Okay.
actually, he him.
Yes.
No, I can live with silence.
All right.
Excellent.
Now, we are going to,
I'm almost of all of who I am is motivated just by spite. It doesn't seem like I'm that spiteful, but
okay,
why are you stylish? Spite.
All right, motivated by
motivate my
spite.
spite.
Thank
Okay.
you, Eric.
Please, initial volleys, so one compliment each, a light, like a little light toss.
Little starter compliment.
Well, your spite is absolutely beautiful. Like, if this is what spite does, it is awesome, and you should keep going with that, because that is cool.
Your skin looks as smooth as my mammal's butternut squash casserole.
Oh, oh, that's sweet.
Okay, begin.
Well, one thing I have to compliment on is the lovely hair of yours. Like, it matches the vibe of the pirate-ish thing going on. I like it.
Your voice is very high-pitched and cute.
Aw, thanks. Well, speaking of voices, remember yesterday when you went to the Duelling? That was some really good acting, by the way. Like, that was just lovely.
Also, the ears are also small and cute.
All right, fair enough. Well, you have some really good choice of sword right there. Where'd you get it?
The land of the Amazon.
The Amazon. A traveler, I see. Well, you seem to be well traveled as it is, so, you seem prepared for it?
Is blue your favorite color? Because that is a fantastic shade. It's reminds me of Neptune.
Aw, thank you. Yes, it is my favorite color. Is red yours? It looks lovely on you.
Oh yes, this is my obsession.
Really? All right. I see that's why you picked a reddish, pinkish fan then. All right. Well, that feather, that...
Well, that helps because it's also, I didn't do a return, but that made me laugh that you had your fan in the microphone stand. So I'm not using mine either, but I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah, I didn't really have anywhere to set it down. Anyway, well, I'm gonna call upon my lovely second here, because even though I'm having a good time, but again, I did promise her half the thing. Have fun.
Thank you.
She had 3 compliments for her. I just wanted to say that. You know, yesterday, your lovely rendition at karaoke was amazing. You have the voice of an angel.
Those horns are so sharp that it makes me want to impale myself on them.
Thank you. You were free to do so at your choosing. I mean, your sword is so sharp. It makes me want to impale somebody on it. It's very inspirational, very beautiful.
Okay, pass back to you.
Tap back in.
Tap back in. It's your
Quick,
turn.
call in the
You get one. You get one.
no fears in.
Well, you have been an absolutely amazing, dueling partner so far, so thank you very much for, joining, even though you kind of didn't want to do it. Thank you for that, by the way. That was, just you coming up at all is really, really sweet of you, and I appreciate that a lot.
You have
Final volleys.
Princess look upon you as far as how you styled everything.
Yeah, that one's kind of up to my mother there. She's very good at helping me choose some styles and stuff. But either way, I like your style too. I said it's more of a pirate, but again, it's also very princely and just generally, I like it a lot. Looks really nice on you.
And that is the duel.
Well, that helps because I was out of
Okay.
Please pause whilst we confer.
No, you get your bag. Oh, you get to keep that object. Don't throw it at the audience.
No,
I say give it to somebody.
You walk gently and give it to someone.
Doesn't want to throw it.
We're going behind the screen.
Yes.
For me saying I'm bad is like, usually it's like very like coming up with very flavorful, colorful language. I'm just like, I don't know, I just say what's on my mind. It's nice that they cut me off there because I was out of thoughts.
Okay, so this is a little bit of a hard one to, oh, I would love my microphone, that's a good idea. This was a bit of a hard one to judge. We had some foibles, some misunderstandings of the rules that are totally understandable, acceptable.
I
No,
understand.
shh, I am talking now. I understand that when you hear other people talk, your desire to also talk is very strong. It would be really interesting if you had used that skill in the duel, as there were many moments in which you did not offer a rebuttal compliment and just let things slide, which is generally not a great idea in a compliment duel, as you got multiple volleys lobbied against you and deflected none of them. So, while you did use your second for an additional compliment, which is technically prohibited, it's not a fault. Again, this is a game of casual fun, not intended for serious times, other than when, of course, I am the most serious of all times.
There is no monetary prize.
The prize is clout. The prize is the clout that can be exchanged for nothing. You will not become an Instagram influencer by being a great compliment doer. I don't think so.
You'll be a master networker.
Yes,
Maybe. We've determined under our strict calculations that regardless of scoring, ultimately, Keith, with your direct, specific, and very conversational compliments, you are the winner. So congratulations.
Also following the rules,
Yes.
like me.
I mean, everybody broke some rules. It's fine. But
we still love you.
But I commend your attempt. I do suggest that as an actor, you may wish to expand your repertoire to some improvisational skills.
But we do
appreciate you and like you.
like you very much.
And
I
we
need to
will,
leave now.
yes, you may
You
leave
may.
now.
You did a good job.
You were much less shy when you were buttering a biscuit in my presence.
Is that a euphemism?
God, I wish it was a euphemism.
Not a euphemism. He really did pull out a stick of butter, and he really did butter one of our tea biscuits yesterday, and the Grand Arbiter and I are still having nightmares about it. But we still like you, despite all of that.
Okay, so we don't always get folks, but there are a lot of folks who don't get to participate in events because they're trapped behind tech walls. So because of this, we have reached out to tech, and we have determined that tech and another member of the team are very interested in participating, and now will be approaching the stage.
Yes, please. Oh my goodness. Is it Will and Chris?
Yes. So please take a fan of your choosing and a butt. You're getting against each other. Yes, you can go for that. And then you can also take one of these buttons each because you didn't get any yet. And this is
But
the.
you've chosen a different color where we like not competing. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd go for orange then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just curious.
so we're going to, thank you, because I am running short on time, we are going to reduce the time limit to 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. We've got a 2-minute window. Would you like to name a second? So, this is common dueling. You have to pick one person to identify as your second, who will offer one in a singular, uno mas.
Is it cheating to pick the person that just won?
You can't pick, but I would recommend you pick, if you pick them, you can.
No, let's do
I
this.
guess you can.
Let's do this.
There's
There's precedent for doing
You can
that.
That's also an option, I guess. But you can pick whoever you want if they agree to it. That's the big part.
You may
Anybody
be
that
winner.
feels up to being my second.
Oh,
yeah. Complimenting enthusiastic and said
All
that.
right, so
We have a professional second in the audience.
Seconds.
as we have
Seconds
gotten
for
to the
both.
habit of calling upon professional seconds, I
Oh.
would like to call upon
Oh.
Tabby to be
Another
my
professional.
second.
I will give
Excellent.
Oh, just like
They
10.
are
Okay,
Serious.
so we will
seconds.
now, do you have a general concept of the rules now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Make
right.
sure that you want to avoid using the same words more than once. You want to avoid self-deprecating compliments. You want to avoid conversation spirals. And in general, I wouldn't ask a question. It's really important you don't ask questions that require a response because it does disrupt the flow of the game. It's not illegal, but it's not great.
Excellent. All right. Please introduce yourselves with your name, pretend like you've never met, your pronouns, and one interesting thing about yourselves.
It must actually be interesting.
Yes.
I will tell you whether or not I think it's interesting. If it's not interesting, you'll know.
Please commence.
All right. My name is Will. My pronouns are he or they. And an interesting thing about me is that I've met the Misfits twice. The band.
Nice.
All right. My name is
Can we
Chris.
get this microphone
Oh, you
lower?
can take it
You
out
take
of
it
the
off.
You want to take it
microphone.
off?
There you go. Is that better?
It's nice to have the tech on staff just to move the So very helpful.
Please
Those are
don't,
my compliments.
Oh, so sorry.
don't text me. That's what any of those high-tech devices unless you're qualified.
My name is Chris. My pronouns are she, they, and an interesting fact about me is that I have won tea dueling twice now because I was very hungry and wanted cookies.
A titan of tea dueling.
The Vicky Monster.
The
Rosa.
Mickey Monster, yes.
The Vicky Monster they sell.
That is correct. Please deliver a first little volley to warm up. One compliment apiece.
I must say, I am very inspired by your dedication to eating Vickies, that it would take you so far to come in and become the champion at tea dueling. That is, it's an admirable level of the pursuit of sweets.
The only reason that my panels went so smoothly is because of your skill as an AV tech. So anytime I did any of my panels, all I had to do was just show up and you were like, this works now, magic.
Your panels went smoothly because you're a fantastic host, and an ingenious teacher, and truly skilled at your craft.
Calling the
Well, honestly, as I do concur with Chris, and as I saw you from the information booth just walking and sweating and working hard, I couldn't help but think, you look so amazing in those suspenders.
Well, thank you very much. I think I'm overwhelmed now. I'll call my second as well.
Can't take compliments of ourselves.
Your skill with the sword is sharp, but your wit is sharper.
We got a bard over here.
They write them songs about that kind of stuff. Can I say, since my second stole my suspended comment, that I was definitely having the reserves. But striped pants are not a common thing to see in like fashion in general, and I wish that more people brought it back because look at them, they are amazing. Like striped pants are awesome, and nobody wears them anymore.
Thank you so much for noticing that. I would say that like this adorable little athletic deal with the skirt and all this is not very common at steampunk conventions. And I don't know that I think everyone should bring it back, but I'm certainly glad that you have.
Yeah, the Grand Hall dictated my garb today. Something that I actually really wanted to tell you is that you make conversation flow very nicely. it's something that like I have tried to work on throughout the years, but you make it seem like, oh yeah, this is just natural. This is what you say when someone says this, and this is how conversation goes back and forth. When we were in the tea room talking, you were absolutely amazing at it. So
Thank you very much.
Final volleys.
Well, you give me a lot to work with because there are a million things I would love to say to you every time I see you, and I hope to do so more.
Yeah, well, you're just a very nice person. I don't know that.
Okay. We must confabulate behind the very impenetrable fan of mystery.
The fan of mystery.
I was gonna call you out for making Roy almost cry. Okay, but I wanted to be mad.
We have returned from the thinking box. We've determined a number of things. First of all, you're both very talented,
Excellent
very
compliments.
great performers. So round
Well,
of applause.
well played, wonderful tools, round of applause.
However, my dear Chris, that last pause was definitely with child.
It was a very exciting
That was 7 months long. I'm so sorry. Excellent work. I think that you used your second appropriately at the appropriate time. I do think you have a strong enemy in the temperature, which is boiling your brains.
Yes.
But I feel that you proved admirable on the field. However, Will, you were not brought low by the heat and were therefore able to rise above it like a condor. And therefore are the winner. A round of applause. Okay, now we are going to our final duel, and here's what's going to happen. I am going to use the power of the, wait, no, Will, come back here.
Oh, I'm coming back, okay.
You're not released
You're
yet,
not released.
so sorry.
So I am using the
Powerful.
power of the boop boop machine
Perfect.
to determine 2 final teams. Yes.
Yes.
So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to use the power of the boop boop machine. It will be randomly, through the power of boops, be returned. So, of course, Jason, please return to the stage.
Where?
Right here. Just stand here. And Calamity, you want to stand? You want to sit? You want to? Okay. Calamity will trot at a lovely rate that everyone loves. But not Calamity. I understand that you are ready for the boot to be gone. You need boot be gone. And then Keith, come on out.
Whichever team I end up on, I'm over here.
Yes, we are basing that on that. Okay. Madam,
Grand officer.
I need you something to do something. The boot boot machine is
tired?
It's seen better days, so it needs to be wound up, as you know.
Yes, all right, yeah.
Okay. Ready? Oh, it's working. It's working.
Very good, excellent. Well
Let's charge
done.
back up. Okay. No, it's the last one. It's the last one.
You've got it. You've got it, Grand officer.
Okay. Jason and Keith, you will be together as a team. Will with Calamity.
Excellent.
That was a good. And you, as a pair, determine who wants to be first and second. And because you're both such strong competitors, you get not 1, but 2 chances to call your second.
You could even, one could say, you could even alternate.
Yes. Yes, we'll do that. You can you will alternate duelists each time.
One compliment for duelist in a death match of compliments. It is the moment of flying furious foibles. Are you prepared?
Okay, so it's going to be back and forth. Each of you will give a compliment in turn. So we will
we can do that. We can do that.
Yes. Yes,
We're creatures of
we're
whimsy.
gossamer and dreams. We can't be bound by anything.
Yes. I don't remember my name, so we're just going with vibes.
On my turn, will I compliment either one of them that I choose to, or the one who just spoke?
Let's
The
say
one standing in front of the microphone.
the one who is currently standing in front of the microphone.
I want to be able to compliment.
Yes.
Yes. So it's just it's going to be, I think what we're going to do is actually, let's just let them compliment whoever they want.
Yes.
However, you can't compliment the same person twice in a row.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
So if you compliment the same person twice in a row, I'll catch you and
Yes.
strike you down. Now you could compliment the same person, and you could compliment the same person, but then you'd have to compliment the next person.
Right.
Make sense? Logically?
So we just switch back and forth
Yes.
each of us? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Double check.
Yeah, yes. It's
Yes.
You know, sometimes we come with weird additions to our games because we are real MacGyvers.
I would just like
Yeah,
to
we
preface,
know. Yes.
I would just like to preface before we begin, if I may.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
I would like to say that in all the time that I've known you, which seems to be longer than it actually has because it's been such quality time,
Indeed.
I am just overjoyed that you still continue to surprise me.
Well,
We are delighted to surprise.
we wish to surprise everyone at all times.
Indeed.
And you can catch all our surprises on our website, madameskew.com.
That is correct. All right, compliments. This is the final battle. This is the big show. Please know that the medals are on the line. We do request that you give your names and pronouns one more time.
Including a new, yet unrevealed fun fact.
Right.
And
So
it must be fun, and it must be a fact.
yes. So introductions first, and then we will dive straight into the compliment dueling.
All right then, well, I'm typically a going first kind of person. My name is Will again, he, they for pronouns. And another interesting fact about me is that I love to go in my ceiling and do ceiling work. I think it's the most fun thing, crawling around in there with my drill and my flashlight, and it's like a little crawl space ceiling. It's like a nightmare for anyone. And I fell through it one time. Okay, I fell through it 2 times in one incident. It was a foot, and then it was another foot. But it's fun, isn't it?
That is a fun fact.
That is
Thank
fun.
you.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Once again, my name is Keith Berliner, and one fun fact about me is that I've been doing piano for almost 10 years now. Yeah, it's always very fun, and one of my neighbors teaches me, and it's been the same teacher for, said, almost 10 years, so it's generally very nice. Also, my pronouns are she, her.
Thank you, Keith.
And once again, for those of you who know me, I'm Calamity Dawn. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm still Calamity Dawn. My pronouns are she, her. And one interesting fact about me that I love to share is that once when I was in high school, having to take summer school because I like English and not math, I was tutored in geometry by Isaac Asimov.
Ooh.
That is a fun fact.
My name is Jason, pronouns he, him. And a fun fact about me is that in my late teens and early 20s, I like to climb up tall, narrow trees and just hang out in the crook of it and just kind of detach from the world and just look around and see the scenery and do nothing else but just enjoy.
Great.
Excellent.
Duel begins now. Will, go.
Okay. I was merely attempting to make sure that I would be polite enough. You see, as I've already watched Keith dueling compliments before, I could see that look on her face that seemed as though I have something beautiful in my heart to share, and I have to say it. It's bursting out. It was not a pregnant silence. Don't misinterpret, of course. But I could see how wonderfully prepared Keith was.
Well, goodness, that is sweet. Well, in turn, I shall compliment you on just how excitable you were as you were describing your hobby of just being up in the ceiling. And also, that is just generally a really awesome hobby, by the way. Just like crawling around in the ceiling and having a good time and fixing whatever you need to fix. That's pretty cool, man.
Thank you.
Well, this has been a lovely start to everything. Jason, my dear, I have an observation I would like to share with you about yourself. You have said how you like to climb tall trees and hang about, and I picture a cuddly koala or a lovely little two-toed sloth, not covered in moss because this one is faster than the other ones, hanging around and just enjoying life and everything else, and it made me think. The serenity you must have inside to stay up there and just observe, it's truly remarkable.
Well, thank you very much. And I would like to volley to Will. Without a rehearsal, you did so well last night lighting the cabaret. You had to adapt on the fly to the lighting of a variety of different performers. And you did it so well, and the audience was so entertained, and everybody could see what was going on, and I just wanted to let you know that you did a fantastic job.
Thank you so much for that. Jason, I think that were I to find a ceiling with a beautiful attic window in it, I would love very much for there to be a tree right outside so that we could share our mutual love of being up high in the air. And I think that the idea of looking out that little attic window and seeing someone as passionate about being up in weird and convenient spaces as me that would make my entire day.
Well, what? Oh. The next.
Hello again. My friend, you have said multiple times that you are an author, and I will be honest, I find that extremely just cool, but also the resilience you would have to have in order to even write, goodness, 5,000 sentences, let alone an entire book. It's just, the resilience that takes is extremely just admirable. I find that really awesome.
Thank you so much, my dear. I have to say, I've been watching you today, and I've seen you about the con, and the self-awareness of your own presence is remarkable. Your ability to emote, and your bravery in throwing yourself into any given situation and giving us your all, my dear, you have quite the future as a talented performer.
Thank you.
I would like to extend this to you, as I've seen you throughout the weekend. Again, you are booted, and you are having a more difficult con than you would rather like. But I've seen you in costume, in makeup, and each time I thought you were very interesting, well put together, and very thoughtfully dressed.
Well, among the number of other wonderful things to say about Team Keithson, I would like to Keith and say that I am very impressed at the way that you are not only mixing a beautiful period dress with average everyday sneakers, but that you are wearing ones that actually match. You have everyday sneakers that are matching the period dress, and I think that is just absolutely cool, because I never see it that way. So, very, very fashionably astute of you.
Final lobbies. So each one of you will go one more time.
I would love to.
Did I show all that to Jason?
Thank you.
Thank you.
This compliment is for everyone.
Oh.
Everyone in the room, from our hosts, to our AV, to our directors not in the room, to every single person who attended this convention this weekend. You are part of the community, and you make us stronger.
On behalf of the community, if I may speak for us all for a moment, since I have the microphone, we thank you. And I thank you for reading my mind and doing what I said I wanted to do in my own head. But I would like to follow up with some slightly more pointed compliments in honor of our compliment duel. First, to you, Jason. You have once again shown that you are a man of esteem and renown and of integrity. And you enrich every environment here. Keith, I pray that I continue to see you at events, and I look forward to seeing you grow and getting to know you as you do so. Well, dude, what can I say? We just rock together. You're just my guy.
Team Willamette!
Team Willamette! Time. And I love you too.
Listen. I don't know what we're going to decide here, but
Only the fan knows.
I just before we go behind the fan, I want to say I love the team names. They made me very happy in my heart. Thank you so much. Now we go into the silence of the
And
fan.
we turn the microphones away from us.
While they're deliberating, they
Slightly better than Phil.
while they are deliberating, and Madam Askew commented on how much she enjoyed the team names. I do have a team name for Madam Askew and the Grand Arbiter. I often refer to him as the Grand Askew.
Yeah?
I was gonna say Madam Arbiter.
Grand Askew flows a little. Madam Arbiter.
Okay.
Lay it on us, baby.
Okay, so, because I'm quite evil.
Oh, yes.
Yes. We have a bit of a tie between us. Unfortunately, all four of you proved your mettle at the field of compliments. So, as a final battle, each of you will be awarded, each pair will be awarded only a single reward, and you will have to reject it or accept it to whom you believe wants it. Because I cannot make more magic at this time.
Absolutely. So if there's a man takes a hot glue, so we can each have half a medal.
Oh, Solomon.
Look at this. The days of our before 0 BC. I know. But here you go, as a pair, to figure it out among yourselves, because you're such good teammates, I know you will find a way to make this work, and it is no longer my responsibility.
May I say, I am one of the creators of the compliment game.
Okay.
And in all of my years of hosting compliment dueling, we have never had a tie quite like this. So whilst our wonderful teams, Keithson and Willamette, are figuring out who takes home. All right, you've already determined.
How did you determine who took it home?
There was a statement and/or compliment that was given that, technically speaking, breaks one of the rules you gave us earlier, but no one needs to hear it. Adults.
Was it a blue compliment?
It wasn't quite a blue compliment. We could say that it was a double entendre in the form of a ribald pun.
It was merely a Pugh's compliment.
And through that you were flummoxed and then could no longer accept the award.
I see.
And how did we come to our determination?
He asked if I wanted it, and I said, yeah, kind of, and he said, okay.
He's a very sweet boy.
Correct, Arbiter.
We would never send him to Solomon to be cut in half.
No, we would not. So as we are definitely over time, I just want to finish out by saying, I have never been so chuffed by a team of complimenters. I want to thank you so much. You did fill my heart with joy. I am so proud of each of you, of everyone who participated, especially our professional seconds. You were both amazing.
Professional seconds, as professional seconds, you have love in your hearts, so put love in your teapots with Elixir de l'Amour, featuring Madame Askew.
She's in there?
I am. I'm in that little tin.
Yes. Yes.
Very small. Very teeny.
Madam Askew in a tin?
You are most gracious.
Before I'm going to cut you off before we go to we're approaching the end of the convention, which means that it is the Madame Askew crying hour, where she is filled with so much feelings that they must come out her face.
Listen, I haven't got to do a good closing statement, make everyone cry in like a few years. Thank you.
You know what? Weep to your heart's content, madam.
Look. We have had 3 special days together. I will try and keep it pithy. I'll try and be short. But we have had 3 special days together. And as dear Jason says, in community, you have made that community as very magical and special. And this was a profound compliment duel. It was. You may not think it, but it was profound. Because the world tells all of us on the regular that kindness does not count, that community is weak, that love and compassion and empathy are somehow wrong. And compliment dueling is all about those qualities. And those are the ethics I espouse as a time traveler, a costumer, and a participant in steampunk. And the 4 of you have absolutely epitomized those values in this compliment duel. And as we go forth out of these doors, back into a world that tries to tell us not to be kind, not to treat each other with respect, not to give each other equity and the space at the table. Please hold on to these values that make our community powerful. Remember this moment in your dark times. Remember that I am proud of you. Absolutely, I am proud of you. Not in a general way, but you, Keith, you, Jason, you, Will, you, Calamity, each of you that I have met this weekend. I truly and profoundly love you with my heart, and I want you to remember to treasure yourselves as I treasure you, and that means taking care of yourselves and taking care of your community. Wash your hands, get your vaccinations, get your vitamins and minerals, take care of yourselves, because if nothing else happens, existence is resistance, and I love you. I don't care if anyone else says that, I don't.
Really leaving nothing on the table. Really just
No!
No problems!
the point. This is why I'm losing weight.
I'm sort of sorry, but not really.
Not really. We appreciate all of you who participated in our events. Final ceremonies will be starting in about 30 minutes, so just...
No, 15.
15.
Yeah.
It was 30 minutes, 15 minutes ago.
Yes, accurate.
So if you just hang out here, you can join us for final ceremonies. It will be a lovely celebration of this lovely celebration. My tongue is tired.
Don't say lovely twice.
I can do whatever I want.
It was like treasure, so.
But please stick around for
Good girl?
Please stick around for final ceremonies. Have a lovely day.
Rise.